What up, everybody? Happy Saturday, UFC 303 Fight Day. We have finally made it, despite all the changes, despite all the drama, all the people pulling out of the card, all the people getting injured, people missing. I don't know what else. What else? I mean, what didn't happen, right? What didn't happen? And some people changed opponents 3 times. Shit's been wild. Shit's been wild. So we're finally here, UFC 303. Glad to see everybody here this fine morning, evening, wherever you're at. But a few things to talk about with Strike. We will, of course, start off the day with our usual giveaway. So I do have a UFC Strike mic drop base pack to give away today, as well as a UFC 303 pay-per-view code. So make sure you stick around and tune in. We're going to be passing those out here in the next few minutes, maybe, or something like that. So start off with the first one. It's going to be the pack. TFSP in the chat. Go ahead and type the TFSPs in the chat. Real knows what's up already. He's already locked in. It's going to be for a mic drop base pack. See them TFSPs rolling in. Thanks, everybody, for popping in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that like. And don't forget to hit that sub button if you haven't already. And we're going to get right into a couple things with UFC Strike. We'll touch on this challenge real quick here. So this challenge popped yesterday. We didn't have a challenge last week, so we just had those community challenges. This week, we got a nice multi-challenge event. We were kind of guessing who's it going to be for, right? A lot of us were thinking it was going to be for Yuri, just because he doesn't have anything too low minted. But a few of us were also considering T-City as a probability. But yeah. Pretty interesting challenge, most definitely. We get one kind of harder challenge for a T-City Epic against when he fought Yair not too long ago, when he got that sub. And then the second challenge, which is a little easier, it is for a Diego Lopez rare. So I'll take a look at these real quick. So the first challenge, which is for the Brian Ortega. This challenge, you have 3 different ways to get it. So you can either collect these 9 moments here. I believe a few of them might have popped a little bit. The Yair Epic was like at $60. I think it's down to 50 now. A few of these popped a couple bucks. Is Gary Rare? No, not too crazy. Not too crazy. They're slowly climbing, but not too crazy. But here's the thing. You got to make sure you know about this challenge. So that's path 1. Looks like Yair Epic is going to be the bottleneck there on the collection portion. On the burn portion, bunch of stuff here to burn. Michelle Waterson Gomez is the big one that you'd have to burn. It's a $25 rare right now. It's an older one, so about 100 of them already burned. Not too bad. And then Cub is the other. You say Cub is for this one, bottleneck? Oh, shit. Cub is the bottleneck. Cub is the bottleneck for the collection one. Cub's at 239 owned, but obviously it's an older moment. We did not burn Yair, so they're close. They're close. They're a few off of each other. In terms of owned, but yeah, I guess Cub is. I didn't look, bro. I didn't look. Just because I got them all, so I was like, all right, that's all done. I don't got to worry about that. Next one up was the burn. So yeah, Michelle, I'm pretty sure was the big one on the burn. I think Yair's rare is moving up a little bit, but for the most part, I don't see a $200 Guida, that's for sure. If anybody remembers that back in the day. So collect those 9 or burn those 9. You could do both and get 2. And if you have a Volkanovski champ, you could get a third, but you could only max out at 3. So make sure if you're looking to multi-complete this, you don't do it more than 3 times, and you can't do either path more than once. So you could do 1 collection completion, one burn completion, and if you have the Volk champ, you automatically get 1. So that's the first one. Should be interesting, especially with set rewards around the corner. But honestly, if somebody really wants to complete this challenge, they could wait till July 1st. Monday, get cracking on it. If they want to start burning or whatever. If they want to break their sets after the snapshot, which we all know is coming at some point here in the next, whether it was yesterday or today or tomorrow, not sure, but I'm guessing it's coming soon. So if you are worried about breaking your sets on any of these challenges, never fear. Monday is there. So just be patient if you really want to. So there's a moment right there. It's going to be a minimum edition size of 100. So minimum is going to be an epic. Obviously, with the Volks, you automatically get 70-ish completions there. So it'll be interesting to see how many actually come out of this. Could be, I don't know. I think it is going to be closer to the 200s. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. And then the bit easier challenge is for the Diego Lopez rare. It has 10 moments of different fighters that are fighting on the card, all different commons, and there's 1 uncommon, Marc Andre. So this is all based upon how the results go tonight. So if they win, you have to collect the moment. If they lose, you have to burn the moment. So that's pretty interesting. We'll see how the market looks after the fight, or after all the fights, right? But they're mostly commons, so nothing too scary here. But if you do have a Alex Pereira champ, you do automatically get a completion on this challenge as well. So not too bad, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad. And then the reward. It is going to be a Diego Lopez with a minimum edition size of 500. So, gotta wait and see for that one. So, we got some talk here. Let's see what we got. Some chat, some stuff in the chat. Any news on if Islam's champ will be delivered before Snapshot? Looks like Dark Vengeance got her answer. Islam is on Monday, said in Discord yesterday. If it didn't get out by last night, would be Monday. I don't know. We'll see, man. You never know. If they get it, somebody might put some shit out on Saturday for us. You never know. Alex is at the fights, so I don't know. Crazier shit has happened, guys. So would I be shocked if we got it mint? I mean, it's technically almost there. Here it is. That's Chaos, and here's Islam. I had him up to cover him later when we're talking about what's outstanding still. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we'll get it today, tomorrow, or like Monday, probably the latest, right? Some people can be hopeful that it comes today, but you never know. So those are the challenges this week. Pretty solid. Should be interesting to see what this T-City finishes up at. I did have Crips Burn Tool up. I ran it briefly earlier just to see how many people have actually went with that burn route. I'm going to do a quick update here. It looks like 14 people have burned so far. So pretty interesting. So we're probably close to about 100 completions with the burns and the Volkanovski champ. So pretty interesting. This might be a low one. I don't know. Maybe in like a 150. I'm thinking 150 to 200 range. My guess on this T City. Well, be interesting. It's interesting too that they gave us the rewards are two guys that are fighting each other. So I don't know if they've ever done that before, but that's pretty cool for the co-main. But I think Jerry could have used the. I think Jerry could have used the low mint moment. He doesn't really have one on the platform. His fandom's minted out of 1,600, and he has a 24,000 mint common, and that's pretty much it for Jerry. So I was for sure thinking we were gonna get a Jerry S0 burn, like, but if he loses, you'll probably have to burn him if you want a Diego. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. And I got a Poetan champ, so I'm chilling. I don't got to worry about burning shit. So I'm gonna sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and see what's up. Maybe if I want a second one, if it's not too bad, I might do a second one. But we'll see. We'll see. Should be fun. Should be fun. So only other thing to talk about with Strike was those outstanding rewards. So we do have the Islam champ, the Chaos Williams is right here out of 1,000. So these guys are like minted on the platform, but they're not distributed yet. So hopefully, I don't know. I don't know. Alex used his black magic on the strike team, so Jerry couldn't get another moment. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, for sure. Somebody's using that black magic, right? So we got chaos here. We're just waiting on distribution. Nice to see it though. And then we got our Islam champ. So they're there, but not quite in the wallets yet. So 75 and unopened packs, just not distributed yet. I don't know. Who knows how long the distribution takes? You know, maybe it's just a click of a button. You don't know. You don't know. So, and then the only thing we are missing still is the Kevin Holland epic from a couple weeks back. And that is minted to 262, and it is an epic moment. So be on the lookout for that bad boy. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. Who knows? Who knows? So, all right. Strike updates out the way. We'll quickly talk about Tough. It was a great episode last week, man. Great episode. Anybody we did watch it in Discord, so I streamed it in Discord. It was a good time. Nobody was talking or anything. I had the mics muted just so we could hear the show, but it was pretty solid fights, bro. It was a pretty solid fight. It was a good back and forth scrap, and then dude came back and won, bro. It was nice for Team Grasso. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. What's up, Fubar? What's cracking? Watching from New York, New York, sitting at the bar. Chef Curry, chilling. UFC 303, man. It's going to be nasty. You guys look like you had a good time at the weigh-ins and the press conferences and the Hall of Fame and all that good stuff. You guys looking like you're having a blast down there. Hell yeah. Yeah, Chef Man's getting started early. Yeah, had to keep the mics muted because we're going to have guys like you screaming chee-wee-wees the whole time they're fighting, bro. You can't hear shit. No, but it was a good time. We had a good time watching. So I'm probably gonna do it again next Tuesday. But fight was solid, bro. Fight was solid. Pretty much Shevchenko's guy had pretty much won, I think, the first round. He had a lot of control on the ground, kept taking the dude down. And Grasso's dude came out and was like, you know what? Can't leave this in the judge's hands. And looked like the other guy was gassing a little bit. This guy had a little bit more juice and ended up getting a subby. So it was solid, bro. It was solid. It was solid. So they said next week's episode is supposed to be like one of the most action-packed fights in Ultimate Fighter history. So I am looking forward. Sure. He has a little choke here. and dude went out cold. But yeah, it was a gritty win for the dude. So he looked like he's definitely a problem at that middleweight class for tough this season. So should be good. But yeah, that's pretty much the wrap up with tough. Next Tuesday we'll probably stream it again in Discord. But it's time to run that TFSP in the chat to see who's getting this mic drop. And then we're going to go through this fight card, ladies and gentlemen. Them TFSPs in before it's too late. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mic drop base pack on the line. 1% chance at pulling a champ out of this pack. So we thought it was the better of the two. If you don't win this one, you might win the one we got live in Discord. We got a giveaway for a Fresh Faces base pack in Discord too. So make sure if you didn't see that one, make sure you get into that one as well. So I'm going to give it a couple more seconds here and we will run the TFSPs. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on the video, ladies and gentlemen, while you are here. Get some more eyes on the project, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Chef Curry is having a good time. Let's get Twitter up here. Pull up the chef while we wait for everybody to get in here. MMA 420. There he is. Yeah, the chef man. So there's the strike crew at the weigh-ins. Pretty good group, man. I recognize some faces for sure. A couple people that I've seen before at some events. And what else? What is else? They went to the Hall of Fame. Badass seats right there. Got a picture with Cheryl Bullet. That's badass. That's badass. That's some good stuff. Good stuff. Love to see it. So make sure you post some more, Chef. Make sure you post some more. Looks like Cole got a 12-pick parlay cooking. $5 for three bands. Wild. All right. TFSP in the chat. Good luck, everybody. This is for that pack. 3, 2, and 1. Let's see who gets that mic drop pack. Going to bada bing. Oh, of course. Victor stays cashing checks out here. All day. Gotta eat. Gotta eat. Always gotta eat. All right. You guys know we got that pay-per-view code. 303. Real already guessed all my giveaways before the show even started, like an animal. Sheesh, rigged. Sheesh, rigged. Let's go! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good stuff. Good stuff. 303 in the chat. It's going to be for the pay-per-view code. We'll run it after we talk about this crazy fight card. Holy smokes. I mean, considering everything that happened with everybody that pulled out, bro, shout out to the matchmakers and Dana that got it done. And shout out to the fighters who stepped up to make this card pretty badass. And it should be really fun, dude. There's a lot of fights that I feel like are, you know, if this guy doesn't get them out early, this guy's probably gonna win type fights. So those are always good ones with, like, you know, some guys losing the first round, comes back and wins. Like, those are always the good fights, the dog fights, you know. So I'm really excited about this card. A lot of good matchups here. And we are going to go through the entire card. Starting all the way at the early prelims, first fight of the night. I'm going to get a sip of water, and we are going to get right into this. All right. Here we go. First fight of the night. We got Ricky Simone versus, I believe his name is Vinicius Oliveira. So, Oliveira's pretty deadly. He's pretty deadly, dude. If you look at the odds, Simone, he's definitely the better all-around dude. But Oliveira's definitely a little bit more explosive. I think this is, like I was saying earlier, this is one of those fights. I am on Ricky, and I think Ricky, he's definitely better. He's got the wrestling advantage. He'll definitely control time, and if Oliveira doesn't get him out early, I could see him, pointing this one out, maybe gritting it out to a decision. But yeah, Oliveira is definitely a beast. If you were betting this one, I'm leaning on Ricky, but this fight I probably wouldn't take on a money line bet. Unless you're taking, I would take it maybe on a finish prop for Oliveira by finish, or I would bet maybe Simone live after a round if he survives that first round. See what the odds are looking like if they come down a little bit, because he could wear this dude out. I think if he makes it out of that first onslaught that this dude's going to hit him with, like that first 2 minutes of energy this guy's going to come at him with. So that's what I'm on. But I do think Ricky will ultimately win this bad boy and get in the win column. So next one up, right? Ray Tsusura. Don't know how to say it, but Tsuruya. Is that how you say it? Tsuruya versus Carlos Hernandez. Mr. Tsuruya is making his UFC debut. 9-0 prospect coming out of Japan with Shinsuke Nakamura in his corner, which is pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. Big Shinsuke fan here. And he's 22 years old. And he's going up against Hernandez, who is he's pretty durable. He's a durable dude. So we definitely know this guy has cardio in Hernandez, and he scrambles really good. So if you're trying to get him to the ground, it's kind of hard to. Yes. Here we go. Yasuruya. Better? How did I do? Yasuruya. I got it. Thanks, Moon. Moon's down there in Vegas too, repping TFSP. Hell yeah. My boy's out there repping the shirt. Tsuruya. I think he's janking your chain. Nah, I don't know, bro. I trust him. I want him to walk out to Nakamura's W. Yeah, that would be absolutely epic. But Tsuruya got a tough test, bro. Hernandez ain't no slouch. He's a tough dude, bro. He's a tough dude. And I know this Tsuruya's got some good he's got some good submissions. Look at his takedowns and stuff. But like I said, Hernandez is an excellent scrambler, knows how to get back to his feet. It's a tough test for the young buck, but I wouldn't mind having another young guy like Tatsuro, on that flyweight division. These guys coming up. I believe he was on the road to the UFC as well, Tsuruya. So I'm I don't know, man. He's a huge favorite. So I mean, he might be him. I'm gonna go with the 22-year-old young buck, dude. Maybe we'll get like the Japanese version of Chiwiwis or something today when he wins. That'd be sick, you know? But yeah, maybe he gets the sub or something early. Wouldn't be shocked though if Hernandez, grinds it out. Would not be shocked. But I think we'll go with Saruya. Saruya. Next one up. This one I like a lot, boys. I love this fight. I love this fight right here. Arlovsky versus Boudet. And obviously everybody's going to be like, yo, Andre's 45 years old. Yeah, I know. Sure, I get it. I get it. But dude, Boudet is like one of the slowest strikers I have ever seen in the UFC, bro. His movement, like footwork's horrific. Strikes are slow. This is like, bro, I think I know he's a good grappler, but Arlovsky's been in there with the best grapplers in the world. He's been battle tested, and especially like when it comes to like if you get him down, dude has excellent takedown defense. The dude knows how to get back to his feet. He's crafty as hell. And if I'm betting on who's guessing first, it's definitely gonna be Boudet. But yeah, I think Andre's just gonna piece his ass up, dude. This guy's too slow to catch Andre. I think Andre's gonna use his footwork, just piece him up, dude. Piece him up, piece him up, piece him up. Break him down, leg kicks, and he'll probably get finished trying to with a sloppy shot or something. Hopefully, because if this isn't a finish early, it's gonna be a sloppy ass heavyweight decision, 100% guaranteed. So please pray for a finish within the first 1.5 rounds. So yeah, I mean, look, dude, this guy's got almost 60 fights under his belt. He's seen a lot worse people in the octagon than Boudet, and has victories over a lot scarier competition than Boudet. So he's at a plus 230 dog, bro. Slam that shit. However you want it. However you want it. Our last early prelim before we hit the main prelims, we have Michelle Waterson Gomez returning, facing off against the grappling Canadian sensation, Jillian Robertson. Will be a tough fight for Michelle, I think. Jillian Robertson being the bigger lady in the cage is definitely going to play to her advantage. They're not in the apex, so Waterson Gomez is definitely going to have to use her footwork and her movement. But at 38 years old, I'm not too sure how fast her feet are. I do foresee Jillian probably catching one of those patented leg kicks or side body kicks that Waterson Gomez does like to throw a lot. I think Jillian Robertson will catch her, put her down, and probably find a submission at some point of the fight. So I'm rolling with Jillian Robertson. She's been looking pretty good as of late, and I think she will get it done. I mean, don't get me wrong, Karate Hottie's she's tough. She's tough as nails. She could go three rounds, but I just think the difference in the grappling here is just too wide of a gap for her to cover. And Robertson's gonna, and especially because Robertson is the bigger lady, coming down from flyweight to now compete at strawweight. She's naturally the bigger person, and whenever you're the bigger person and you have the grappling edge, gotta go with her. So I'm definitely liking Robertson. I'm not sure what her sub line is, but if she's minus 185, her sub's got to be plus money. So probably not a bad option there. Would holler at that for sure. But that's it for the early prelims, guys. Some really fun fights, bro. Low key, some really fun fights. And this shit is, those odds are wild on this Boudet Arlovsky fight, dog. They usually don't give people free money like that, but maybe, I mean, if I eat my words and Boudet pulls this shit out, bro, it'd be hilarious. But man, that's crazy. Crazy. All right. Next up, we are heading into the main prelims of the night. And gets a little juicy here. We start off with the new, hot, young, up and coming, kind of weird dude, Peyton Talbot, sitting at one of the biggest favorites in UFC history at a minus 1,600 versus Mr. Gamori. Talbot does have slight height and reach advantage. Dude's been looking like a world beater. He's been on a tear. He's been knocking people out. And because of his excellent showing of well-roundedness against Cameron Saman, like, everybody's kind of like, yeah, man, this dude's definitely a problem. This dude's definitely a problem. Because when he went out and pretty much absolutely demolished Saman, people are like, what the hell's going on with this guy? But yeah, he's been knocking people out or subbing them, dude. And that Saman fight was pretty nasty. So what do we got here? I got a bet I'm paying at 455 like 2 weeks ago. That's nasty, bro. That's nasty. That is nasty. That is nasty. But yeah, he got him at 455. Dude swelled up to 1,600. Minus 1,600, which is absolutely insane. So Gamori, 12-2, solid record. Coming off a loss to Mr. Gomes. He got knocked out in the third round. And that was his UFC debut. Gane versus Spivak, and he hasn't fought in almost a year. So yeah, it's tough, bro. It's tough. This Talbot kid looks really good. I don't know if Gamori's better than Saman, honestly. Might be like a little bit of a step down, but this kid's taking his time. He's taking, the right matchups, and I think he gets it done, bro. And he stays winning 9-0 for Peyton Talbot. 9-0. 9-0. Next up, Charles Jourdain versus Jean Silva. Jean Silva. We gotta get my pronunciations right today, Moon. It's International Fight Week. Your boy's slacking on the international pronunciations today. But Jourdain coming off a loss, I believe, to Woodson. Yeah, so that was a weird one for him, right? So he looked good those last two fights. The Kron Gracie butt scoot thing that he had fought. And then he looked pretty good. And then that fight against Sean Woodson, he just seemed like he was really like trigger shy. He didn't want to pull the trigger. He was scared to throw. And I think that was maybe he corrects it this time around, but you got to be careful. The Silva guy, I was probably leaning on him more earlier in the fight week, but once he missed weight, I started maybe kind of leaning back towards Jourdain a little bit. So it was it's tough. It was a tough one for me to kind of pick who I think is going to get this one done. But once Silva's pretty explosive. So I think if he can't, Jourdain's got to be more patient. No, not too aggressive. That's what I want to say. He just because he was super patient in his last fight, he can't be super over aggressive against a guy like Silva, who's got that power to like put your ass down. But I do think Jourdain will come out better prepared here, better game plan, play to his strengths, and get the job done. Get the job done. Faux show. So he'll get back in the win column, hopefully. But I mean, I won't be shocked if Silva catches him with something early. Will not be shocked at all. But I'm only going with Jordan, mainly because I don't like that this guy missed weight. I don't like the weight cut shit worries me a lot. Especially when you're in Vegas, 100 degrees and shit. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough situation. All right. Next one up. Cub Swanson versus Andre Feely. This should be fun, guys. This should be a fun one. It could be a crazy fight. Swanson has been looking really good, bro. Like he found the fountain of youth or something. He's been looking real good. And Feely, he was looking pretty solid, and then he got knocked out by Ige in his last fight, which was pretty nasty. Feely does have the height and reach advantage, but he does like the brawl, dude. That's one thing about Feely. He loves the brawl, and he puts himself in that situation, those shootouts. And just like you guys are saying here, my boy Moon. What up, Maxim? How you doing? But yeah, Feely has been chinny, the chin. Yeah, so that's what I'm worried about too for Feely. And he does, like I said, he's always willing to get into that brawl with somebody in the middle of the octagon, and his chin has not stood up well in those brawl scenarios. And I think if he tries to do that with Cub could probably put him on his ass. So I'm leaning on Cub, dude. I'm leaning on Cub getting it done. I'm leaning on Cub getting it done for the 40-year-old gang. The 40-year-olds are gonna all win today. We got Cub winning. We got Arlovsky winning. Gomez is not 40 yet. Does not count. Watterson, Gomez is not 40 yet. So we got the two 40-year-olds winning so far. And then our main prelim of the evening, Joe Pyfer makes his return after his loss to Mearshart, going up against Marc-Andre Barrio. Somebody help me with the pronunciation. Marc-Andre. So this one could go one of two ways, in my opinion. Either Pyfer finishes this guy early, or this guy grinds out a decision against Pyfer. Because this guy, Barriot, he's a volume striker, bro. He throws a lot of volume, tires people out. So Pyfer's real goal here is to try and put this guy out, bro. He hasn't really been KO'd as of late. Does win decisions. Got some subs on the record. Goes to decision a lot, guys. Goes to decision a lot. So that shows that he's a tough dude. Lost to Fluffy in the third round. Got knocked out by Chidi Bang. So this is how Pyfer has to beat this guy. Just like Chidi Ninjokuani did it. But that's what I think. This fight is a tough one. It's a tough one to pick. Tough one to pick on the money line. Probably one you want to bet on live if you can. Probably taking Marc-Andre live after round 1. I like that. But bro, I would love Pyfer to knock somebody out and get back into that win column. So he had a good streak, dude. 4 finishes in a row. Seen him live in Nashville. I think he should be Joe Pyfer. That's what he should do. Be Joe Pyfer. Yeah, I think he'll get it done, bro. Especially after that loss to Gerald, he's gonna come out with a little bit of vengeance. I think should be interesting. Should be a fun fight, though. Would I be shocked if Marc Andre takes this to the third round and gets a decision? Nah. But I'm gonna roll with Mr. Pyfer. Pyfer in the chat. Be Joe Pyfer. Now on to the main card. Man, oh man, oh man. This is going to be nasty. This is going to be a nasty one to start us off on this main card, guys. A little bit of bad blood, maybe not so much bad blood. It's kind of weird, bro. It's kind of weird. Like, you see them talking shit at the press conference. Then after the press conference, like, MVP's like playing with his kid, Gary's son and stuff. And it's like, then they go to the weigh-ins and they're talking shit to each other again. I don't know what the hell's going on, bro. I don't know if they like each other, if they hate each other, if they're fake, if they're phony, if they're I don't know. I don't know. But it should be interesting. It should be very interesting. Both 6'3", obviously the age difference, MVP 11 years older than Ian Gary. Gary definitely throws more volume. But Michael Venom Page is definitely very accurate with his unorthodox striking. He does have a 5-inch reach advantage. So that is definitely something pretty wild to look at. But I do know that Ian Gary has like a 4-inch reach advantage and the legs versus Michael Venom Page. It was something that I read earlier. I do, even though, I mean, I'm with the majority of the fans here, not really like the kind of character that Ian Gary's playing as of late. And I kind of, my heart says, I really want MVP to humble this damn kid, just so he could stop talking so much shit. But honestly, I think it's going to be another slow, boring Ian Gary fight, kind of like the Jeff Neal fight. Might be a little bit different with MVP's, wild style, so to speak. But yeah, that's the thing that I'm worried about, Moon. I'm worried about it being a sleeper, bro. Because exactly, they both like to fight at distance, and they're both counter strikers for the most part. So I mean, Gary has never been like, he always I'm gonna knock this guy out. I'm gonna knock this guy out, and he's never the guy to throw the first punch. He's always sitting back or jumping out the way, sitting back or jumping out the way. So I think that's why a lot of fans are turning on him too, because I mean, if you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. You can't be fighting. And he's like, I did what I had to do to win. And it's like, bro, you were saying you were going to murder the guy. You're wearing a shirt with the guy's face on it, like the guy's mugshot on it, So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Would I like MVP to humble him? Absolutely. Absolutely would love it. Would love to see it. But if it's like I'm going to be running around the cage and tic-tacking you here and there the whole fight, which I think that's what's going to happen, I'm going to have to lean on Gary. So I am leaning on Gary to get it done. What I would love MVP to knock him out or do something, but it's tough. It's tough. And Gary's probably the better grappler too, so if he wants to even take this to the ground, he probably could. So I don't know. I'm leaning on Gary, but I'm just these guys are talking the most shit, like at the weigh-ins and the press conferences. And watch tonight, it's probably going to end up being the biggest snooze fest out on the whole card. Hopefully, it's not, but I mean, based stylistically, when we've had people like this fight before, it doesn't turn out to be the most entertaining shit. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, the age difference is good, but like we were saying the same shit with Kevin Holland when he fought him, I think. Or maybe Holland's maybe in his 30s now. But I think it was like a 6 or 8 year gap with Holland. So we were leaning on Holland too, bro. And MVP made him look silly. So you never know, bro. You never know. Never know. Next up, Mayra Bueno Silva versus Macy Chasson. So Chasson is definitely she likes to throw a lot of volume. And Bueno Silva is more of the aggressive type. Like she tries to jump for the finishes when she sees them, or if she sees somebody's hurt. Probably the more explosive person compared to Macy. But honestly, I could see it either going one of two ways on this one. It's a tough one. Buena Silva by finish, or if it goes longer than like on a round and a half, bro, I think Macy will probably ink out a decision with her length and her, she'll just be jabbing, kicking the whole fight. If it gets like, because Bueno Silva's definitely gasses as the fight goes on. She can last the whole 3, 4, 5 rounds or whatever, like she did against Raquel Pennington, but she wasn't like the same she was in the first 2 rounds. Like after the 3rd round, she wasn't the same. And with that height and reach, it's going to be tough for her to. She's going to have to, she's going to really have to pick and choose when she wants to really explode, and like either with a strike or with a submission attempt or a takedown attempt, whatever it is. She's going to have to pick and choose wisely, because it's going to be really hard to deal with that length and reach. Macy's going to be throwing leg kicks, jabs. It's going to be a tough night for Bueno Silva, in my opinion. So if she can't get the finish early, like I said, I think Macy gets it done. And I'm kind of leaning on Macy to get it done. Yeah, I think Macy will get it done. That's that. Now to the last 3 of the day. Short notice, super short notice fight. These guys weren't even on this card originally, and then Anthony Smith stepped in after Jamal Hill. Well, first it was Roundtree versus Jamal Hill. Roundtree tests positive for steroids. Once that happens, Allberg steps in to fight Jamal Hill. Then Conor McGregor pulls out of the fight, and magically Allberg and Jamal Hill pull out of their fight. And then before Allberg pulled out of the fight, Anthony Smith stepped in to fight Allberg for Jamal Hill. Then Allberg pulls out of the fight. And now Roman Dolidze comes in, stepping in from the middleweight division to go up to light heavyweight to fight Anthony Smith. Absolutely wild shit. Absolutely wild shit. All right, we got a response here. Alex just responded to me about Islam. Might be tomorrow or Monday. So Monday then. Dot, 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 dot. Funny as hell. All right, Smith and Dolidze. So it's another one of those. If he doesn't take him out early, so Roman. One thing I'm worried about, Anthony Smith looked like he had a rough fucking weight cut yesterday. I don't know if you guys seen him on the scales. Looked pretty tough. And it's gonna be, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Roman obviously usually fights at middleweight, so cutting to 205 probably wasn't as difficult. Probably only had to cut maybe 10 pounds or something like that. But I know he was ready. His fight, he had a fight booked and somebody pulled out. So he was kind of ready in camp, so to speak, or just waiting kind of for the next opportunity. But I can see this fight going 2 ways. It really depends on Smith's condition, because I was kind of leaning on Anthony, Mr. Lionheart earlier in the week. But once he came out on the scales looking like he couldn't even get off the scale, he needed help walking off and shit. I don't like seeing that, bro. I don't like seeing that. And it kind of makes me lean towards Roman a little bit, especially because you got to worry about. Usually, Anthony can get shit done in the later rounds, but when he's limping off the scales like that, do you think his gas tank's going to be there? Short notice fight, no full camp. It's not the same Lionheart, It's not the same Lionheart, and that's what I'm worried about. With that said, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough. I like Lionheart a lot, but like I said, once I saw that shit on the scales yesterday, I'm leaning Roman after all that weight scale, weight and shit. Even though he made weight, but he did not look good doing it. That's for damn sure. And that's always a little worrisome when you go into fights with somebody like, these guys are dogs, bro. Roman's somebody who's not going to quit in that octagon. He's going to come and bring it to you all 15 minutes, bro. Not just striking, grappling, everything, Could Smith catch him in a subby? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's going to be tough. Roman's got pretty good grappling credentials. He's a tough dude. He is a tough dude. 3 losses on his record, 2 decisions to Imavov and Vittori. So he's on a 2-fight skid. Not even in his weight class though, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, but I'm leaning on Rome. I'm leaning on Roman Dolidze to get it done. All right, guys. Co-main event. These guys got called off the couch as well. These guys got called off the couch to come in, save the card, bro. To come in and save the card. And man, this is pretty wild. Pretty wild. So it was initially at featherweight. Ortega has been bulking up. He has been planning to move to lightweight. His next fight was going to be at the Sphere, they said, and it was supposedly targeted for lightweight. And it's pretty interesting that Diego, I'm not sure how much weight both guys cut leading up to the weigh-ins, but on weigh-in day, they did announce that the fight will now be at 155 instead of 145, which is pretty wild. So on paper, let's take a quick peek here. Diego has a 3-inch height and 3.5-inch reach advantage, which is pretty crazy. Brian Ortega is known for his jiu-jitsu prowess, and so is Diego Lopez. So Diego is very offensive with his submissions. So it's going to be interesting. I would love to see how, usually they say when you got 2 grapplers, they'll negate each other and end up having a striking battle. And if it's a striking battle, man, they both got pretty good striking, but I don't know, man. I think Diego might be a little bit tougher in the striking department based on what we've been seeing this guy do. I think, just based on recent performances, and just how they have looked in general, Diego just seems like he's more of an explosive dude. And I definitely think he's going to give T-City some problems. But T-City is definitely tough as nails. Dude never quits. And I don't know, man. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for me to call. I like both guys a lot. I like both guys a lot. Is this 5 rounds? Is this 5 rounds? Yeah, Ortega definitely has a chin for sure. Ortega definitely has a chin. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's a tough one to call. Diego's sitting as the favorite. 3-rounder. Okay. It's a 3-rounder, man. I know it's going to be all action. It's going to be all action. It might be like a crazy jiu-jitsu grappling match, MMA, like this guy gets a sub, then this guy reverses it and gets him in this sub, and this guy reverses it to this sub. It might be some crazy shit like that, which I wouldn't mind watching either. I love that shit. But man, it's tough. It's tough because I like both guys so much, bro. It's hard when you got a fight like this to pick. This is kind of like when we were picking Max and Gaethje, when you're picking Dustin and Gaethje. You know, when you got two guys that you like a lot. I don't know how that 155. I don't know how 155 the weight class has any impact on it. Maybe not much. I mean, both guys coming off the couch, probably easier for both guys at 155. I know T City wanted it at 155. I'm sure Diego was not caring at all. But yeah, I mean, you gotta think about T City's experience. He's been in there with the best in the world, only lost to some of the best in the world. Like, he's fought the best of the best, guys. Only lost to Volk. Yeah, he's only got 3 losses, one to Yair, one to Volk, and one to Holloway. And the Yair loss was kind of a fluke because he tore his shit in the first round. And he came back and got that W. Granted, Yair was piecing him up, dude. Yair was definitely piecing him up on the scorecards. That's for damn sure. But he ended up getting Yair down and getting a subby. Can you do that with somebody like Diego Lopez? Can you do somebody like that with Diego Lopez? I don't know, bro. I don't know if you could do something like that with Diego. Because you don't want to take this guy down. He's gonna be looking for a submission, you know? So yeah. All right, so yeah, the team said he's not gonna make 145. So how much did Diego cut at that point, you know? Tough one. Tough one. Tough one. Tough one. Tough one. Man, it's tough. But honestly, like, what does this do with it being at 155? Does Diego get credit in the light and the featherweight division for this win? And he takes Brian's spot, and then Brian goes to the lightweight division to do his thing. Damn. That's some bullshit. Diego was that low. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Pretty rough. He's 1 pound away from making weight, dude. That's fucked up. Yeah, it's kind of dirty. So Dana says he looks at it like a 145 fight. You know what? I'm going to go with Diego. Even though T-City's been with the best of the best, Diego gave Movzar a run for his money. Everybody's talking about Movzar. Everybody's talking about Movzar's like, you know, the next best thing. And Diego literally almost beat the guy, or pretty much he did beat him, I think, honestly. Rewatching that fight, I'm going to go with Diego. Even though I love T-City, bro. I love me some T-City, but let's get some fresh new blood. Let Diego win this, and then let him get his Movzar rematch. I would love that. I would love that. There has to be an automatic option for rematch if you lose to someone who misses weight. Yeah, I think they got to start doing some shit like that. They got to start doing something like that because it's getting out of hand with the weight missing. Getting out of hand. So, yeah, I think they should give it to Diego. I mean, as long as, like, if T-City doesn't, like, just come in and mop the floor with Diego, right? Then you got to, even if he loses, and if he has a competitive fight with Brian Ortega and he still might lose, if he loses, you still got to give him that Movzar shot, you know? Some bullshit. Take a point. Yeah, taking a point right off the rip is not a bad idea either. Maybe a point. Yeah, it could be interesting. Could be definitely another way. Could lead to people like, trying to finish fights more too that miss weight. Gives them a little extra juice. Ortega and Calvin's situations are very different with not making. Yeah, that's 100% true. This guy was on YouTube talking about Calvin Gastelum. This guy's on YouTube a month and a half before his fight talking about, this is my show about how to not make weight eating tacos and shit. And then he doesn't make weight, bro. That shit was unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'm glad Dana didn't give him any flowers, bro, after he won. I'm glad Dana just was like, I'm absolutely extremely disappointed with him. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. But yeah, Ortega definitely has been on record saying that I'm bulking up. My next fight's 155. The featherweight title situation is too muddy for me. And I want to try my luck at 155. So he has been bulking up for 155. So kind of got to give him the pass. But bro, you could have let somebody know before they were 147. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I don't like. Like, give the other guy the common courtesy, bro. He did sign up on 4 days notice just like you type shit. Like, give the guy some common courtesy. Like, hey, bro, I'm not going to make it. A couple days earlier before the guy's like 1 pound away from making weight. Cut Kelvin. I wouldn't. Yeah, bro. He's going to the PFL, dude. He's going to be in the next, I don't know what weight class you put that guy in, but shit. Gotta keep him at 185, I guess. Can't let him fight 170. He'll never make weight again, bro. Too much of a liability. And think about like anybody in that weight class that gets a contract with his name on it at 170. They're gonna be like, fuck no. This guy's not making weight. This guy's not professional. I want to fight a non-professional. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening, the rematch of UFC, was it 295? Yep, 295. Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prohaska. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So, I have one thing here in my notes for this fight, and it's one word. And that word is Chama. But yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. All the shit Jerry's talking about with the black magic voodoo, like this guy's coming into the fight with extra spirits. It's not fair. Tell him to come to the fight clean, clear, no spirits. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. I don't know what is going on. But yeah, somebody's going to sleep. That's all I know. Jerry is extremely aggressive when he fights, bro. He brings the fight to people. So that's one thing that Poatan's not really used to. He's usually being the pressured guy, the guy who's putting the pressure on the other person. But based on the first fight, we know Jerry's legs got eaten alive. Based on his fight with Rakic, we know Jerry's legs got eaten alive. So his leg, so pretty much he kind of got the same. He kind of got the same kind of like that Rakic fight was probably how he expected the Poatan fight to go. But like as soon as his legs start getting damaged, he starts getting more aggressive and looking to try and like get some kind of huge significant strike to put his opponent out. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But honestly, bro, after after like knowing that you already knocked this guy out once, like that mental edge, it's gonna be tough for Jerry to overcome that. And yeah, dude, I just think you can't stand with this guy. If Jerry takes him down and grinds him out on the floor and stuff, on the ground, maybe trying to look for subs and stuff, that's probably his best path to victory, because you don't want to stand with this dude. Freaking DC says that every time this guy fights. You don't want to stand with that guy. You don't want to stand with that guy. You can't stand with that guy. Like, those leg kicks, bro, are brutal, especially for Jerry's stance. Especially for Jerry's stance, bro. It's tough. It's tough. He is a wild man. His power comes from all angles, and he can generate power at any round of the fight for sure. But yeah, it's tough, bro. When you're fighting a technical striker like Alex, bro, he's gonna take out your weapons like your legs, and then he's gonna find his opening and put you down. But yeah, Jerry definitely needs to wrestle. He definitely needs to wrestle, but I think he's probably not going to go to the wrestling until he starts getting hurt, bro. Until his legs start hurting. Getting those leg kicks, bro, were deadly the last fight. So deadly. So, and he didn't really have anything to correct them, because Rakic came out throwing the same leg kicks, and he was hurting, bro. He was hurting. You saw him like a little wobbly, limp a little bit after a few of them. So those leg kicks are going to always be a problem. And both guys know each other pretty well, obviously. And Pereira's camp, Glover fought Jerry too, so they have they know the guy really well, bro. They know the guy really well. So that said, I am Team Chama. Chama. Team Chama. Poatan gets the win and retains his belt, and still the light heavyweight champion of the world. Who does he rematch against? I don't know. Or who does he fight next? I don't know. I don't know. But yep, that's what I got for the card, ladies and gentlemen. Not too bad. Not too bad. Should be a fun one, though. I am looking forward to it. Most definitely. Most definitely. Should be fun. The ref for the main event, I believe, is Herb Dean. I believe it's Herb Dean. That's what I saw. Herb Dean is the ref for the main event. Well, that's it. Should be a fun one tonight. Don't forget, pick'ems are live. Pro pick'ems are live. UFC strike pick'ems are live. Get all those done. We have one giveaway in Discord that's live right now for a Fresh Faces base pack in our giveaway channel. Don't forget to hit that up. We are about to run this 303 in the chat for the UFC 303 pay-per-view code. And then we are going to call it a day. Poker's probably, 2 hours before the prelims, I'm guessing? I'll post the link in Discord, in my Discord, for everybody once we finish up here with the show. But last chance, get your 303s in here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for your boy on the video. Love seeing the 303s popping in. I appreciate everybody hanging out today. And appreciate everybody who was down at International Fight Week in Vegas who popped in today to watch. Shout out Chef Curry, Moon and Balloon. You guys should be having an epic time tonight at the fights, bro. I'm jealous. I am jealous. All right. So we're going to run it now. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Good luck. This is for the pay-per-view code. No idea who that is. Can we get a name? Can we get a name in the chat? Could we get a name in the chat? Could we get a name in the chat? I wonder how I can I translate this? Let me see. What is this? What does this come up in Google Translate? Let me see what I got here. Give me a second. Translate to English. All right. Dude's name is Vadim. Vadim Vasiliev. Vadim. It says Chef Curry. Oh, shit. Is he even here, bro? Are you here, sir? Please respond. He did put the 303 in there not too long ago. But I doubtful he's got it. Should I rerun it? What do you guys think? That a hockey player? Might be, bro. I'm gonna Google the name. Maybe it is a hockey player. Let's see. It's a soccer player. Looks like he's a soccer player, maybe. I don't know. Nice. There he is. Hey, bro. Congratulations. DM me on Twitter or DM me in Discord for your code. And we'll see how that works out. All right. But that's pretty much it, everybody. Hope everybody had a good time today as we broke down the card. And no problem, bro. No problem. Yeah, just hit me up on Twitter or on Discord. We'll get you that code. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you get your pick'ems done. Make sure you get everything else done. Yeah, those fights should be pretty interesting today. So make sure you tune in. Until next time, I am out. Peace.